Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Friday, 21st of July 2023. The 21st of July is Martyrs Day rally is annual mass rally organized by the West Bengal unit of the Indian National Congress and the later the All India Trinamool Congress to commemorate the 1993 Kolkata firing as Martyrs Day. In 1947, the national flag is adopted by the Constituent Assembly. On 21st July 1947, the national flag was adopted by the Constituent Assembly. During the 19th century, India was under the British rule, and a variety of flags were used by the rulers of independent states in India before the Indian independence movement began. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that NHRC takes up Manipur abduction gang rape case issues notes. Women protested in Impal on July 20, 2023 after a May 4 video of sexual violence in Manipur surfaced the previous day. The Hindu newspaper also states that fresh consultation of Uniform Civil Code was initiated considering its importance. Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal, Union Law Minister Justice Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal speaks in the Lok Sabha on the first day of monsoon session Parliament on July 20, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that Putin opted out not to jeopardize BRICS summit South Africa. Russian President Vladimir Putin is the target of an international criminal court arrest warrant. A provision that South Africa, as an ICC member, would be expected to implement if he to set foot in the country. The summit in the late August will bring together Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, a group of economies known as BRICS, and most of them will send their top leaders. The question of whether Putin would show up in the person created a headache for the South Africa. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that Uniform Civil Code, how the BJP RSS position has changed since independence. While the Uniform Civil Code is seen as one of the core agendas of the BJP, the party and its predecessor, the Bharatiya Jana Sangh, have not always included it in their election manifestos. Here is a look at the position the BJP RSS have taken on the Uniform Civil Code over the years. The government on Thursday in the Parliament, the Law Commission had initiated a fresh consultation on Uniform Civil Code due to the relevance and importance of the subject and various court orders. Union Law and Justice Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal gave a written replies to the Parliament about UCC on Thursday. Indian Express also states that Gujarat Riotas High Court rejects T-Star's discharge plea. The Court of Additional Principal Judge Ambalal Patel, rejecting Setal Veda's plea, opined that there is a prima facie evidence against her to frame the charges. A day after the Supreme Court granted bail to Mumbai-based activist T-Star Setal Vad, who is facing charges of alleged fabricating proof linked to the 2002 Gujarat riots, a court in Ahmedabad on Thursday rejected her plea. Here is a photo of activist Tista Sitalwad. Indian Express also states that a torrential rain flood-like situation continues in Saurashtra. 2 more dead. Parts of where town, the district headquarters of Kir Somnath district, continue to remain flooded as rivers remained inspected till late Wednesday. Almost the entire town was flooded on Wednesday. A toddler was among the 2 killed, while at least 5 have gone missing as a torrential rain lashed Saurashtra for the 3rd consecutive day, Thursday, leading to a flood-like situation in many areas. Waterlogging in Rajkot on Thursday. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that magnitude of 4.4 earthquake strikes Rajasthan's Jaipur. An earthquake of 4.4 magnitude on the Richter scale hit Jaipur in the early hours of the Friday, according to the National Center Seismology. Hindustan Times also states that nobody cares for headless. The ERC will appoint interim chair, says Supreme Court. The court's observation came against the backdrop of the regulator, the Electricity Regulator Commission, being without a chairperson since January. The Supreme Court on Thursday said it will appoint a temporary chairperson for the electricity regulator in the capital, a position that has remained vacant for 6 months after expressing its dismay over the Delhi's Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena and Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal not being able to agree on a name. Hindustan Times also states that asteroid alert 160-foot space rock racing towards the Earth at a scarier 38,946 km per hour. Saturn 75703 to 1920 Pixabay. Going towards the economy of the country is slowing down. Clients prompts Infosys to cut revenue growth guidance. IT services exporter reports 11% rise in Q1 profit to rupees 5,945 crore. Company says it has no hiring plans for financial year 2024. We will watch how demand plays out this year. Infosys CEO Salil Prakash speaks during a press conference to announce the company's Q1 results for the financial year 2023-24 at Infosys headquarters in Bengaluru on July 2023. This variety of rice constitutes 25% of the total rice exports from the country. The center banned the export of non-basmati white rice on Thursday. The Directorate General of Foreign Trade Union under the Union Commerce Ministry announced in a notification that the ban would come into the effect of immediately and exemptions would be given only if the loading of non-basmati rice on the ship had commenced before the notification or the shipping bill was filled and the vessels had already bedded are arrived and anchored in the Indian ports. This variety of rice constitutes 25% of the total rice export from the country. HUL Q1 net profit grows 8% to rupees 2,472 crore. Hindustan Unilever Limited HUL reported first quarter standalone net profit grew 8% year-on-year to rupees 2,472 crore on underlying sales growth of 7% and underlying volume growth of 3%. Sales revenue for the quarter ended June 30 grew 6.52% to 14,931 crore. Going towards the world news, including thousands of United Kingdom hospital doctors walk out in the latest pay dispute, crippling health services. Why heat waves are deepening China's addiction to coal. Iraq orders the expulsion of Sweden's ambassador as man created the Quran in Stockholm. Wagner mercenaries train Belarus special forces near Polish border. No word for the North Korea on United States soldier who fled across a military border. Iraq tells the Sweden it will cut ties it Quran burned again. Going towards the science and technology, Supreme Court urges Center to transfer cheetahs to another location. The Supreme Court on Thursday told the Union government that the deaths of 40% of the 20 cheetahs brought from the South Africa and Namibia to the Kono National Park in under a year does not represent a good picture. It urged the center to move the big cats to a more conducive environment if required and not make it a prestige issue. On July 14, a male cheetah translocated from South Africa died at Kono National Park. The bench headed by Justice B.R. Kavi under the government to move big cats to more conducive environment if required and not make it a prestige issue. Google explores artificial intelligence tools for journalists in the talks with the publishers. Google is exploring using artificial intelligence tools to write news articles and is in talks with the news organizations to use the tools to assist journalists, a company spokesperson said late on Wednesday. Google's artificial intelligence tools could assist journalists with the options for headlines or different writing styles. Google is exploring using artificial intelligence tools to write news articles. Indian Space Research Organization successfully tests Gaganyaan service module propulsion system. The service module of Gaganyaan is a regulated bipropellant-based propulsion system that caters to the requirement of the orbital module, performing orbit injection, circularization on orbit control, T-boost, maneuvering, and assembly should abort, if any, during the absent phase. With the successful completion of hot test, Gaganyaan service module propulsion system has advanced in demonstrating its integrated performance in the full configuration. At last, there is a famous quotation said by a famous scholar, that is William Wordsworth, whose birth anniversary is 7 April 1770. Up to 23 April 1850, was an English romantic poet who, with the Samuel Taylor Coleridge, helped to launch the Romantic Age in the English literature with their joint publication Lyrical Ballads in 1798. Mr. Wordsworth says a famous quotation. He says that poetry is the first and last of all knowledge. It's as immortal as the hearts of man. Okay, thank you.